Hello and good afternoon, everybody. All right, Today we have a safety training. It is on, well, safety procedures on how to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So I know we've gone over this a lot, but this is specifically for Vistability, which is the name of our company now. So this is how, for the time being, just specifically for us, we're going to be able to stop the spread of COVID-19 until things actually get a bit safer, numbers start to go down a lot more drastically. This is what we're going to be doing. Alright, so we'll go over some of the topics that it's going to cover. Let's see. It's easier when I do it at my house because my little thing, my stand. Alright. Come on, paper. These two pages really like each other. Alright, so page one down. So new steps to prevent the spread. So some of the things we'll be going over are temperature and health checks, sanitizing our hands with sanitizer, and of course more importantly soap and water, wearing face masks. I'll go on over how to put one on, well, at least this one. There's also the N95s, so like I said, we went over the one. If somebody does get COVID, then we all have to wear the N95 masks when we come in. Social or physical distancing, staying 6 feet apart. So pretty much as tall as I am, you would just want to pretend I'm laying on the ground, and that's how far apart we're supposed to be. There's cough and sneeze etiquette, self-checking for possible symptoms, and of course transportation to and from program. Alright. So temperature checks. So we've all seen the little, so that's what we're going to do, of course. So temp checks upon arrival at programs, people will be asked if they are feeling well. So how are you doing today? Or if I notice that you have a cough or something like that, then I'm going to ask you to stay home for the day. And then every person's temperature will also be checked upon arrival. All the staff do it as well. Whenever we come in the morning, we check ourselves to make sure. So anything above 100.4 degrees means that you can't come in. Anything below that means you're fine to come in. Temperature checks will be recorded, in that I always mark down that I've taken your temperature check. So if a person states that they are not feeling well, or someone's temperature is above 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, they will need to return home or stay home. So that's temperature checks. And again, it's for the safety while we're here at program. Okay, also sanitizing hands. So the two things I always have whenever I come to pick you up, well, three things really. I need to make sure you have a mask on. Then I usually sanitize your hands, which is what we're talking about now, and then we do the temp check. But sanitizing hands, so upon arrival at program, people are asked to use sanitizer or wash their hands. So if you can, wash your hands before you come in, but it's better that I see you do it as well, so that's why we usually do the sanitizing of hands too. So people are expected to wash their hands throughout the day, especially, and when we get back to breaks or lunches, then before and after breaks and lunches. Also before and after removing face coverings. So that way your mask, just make sure it stays clean. Or make sure you hold it by the straps too. You don't want to actually hold it by the face part here. You want to hold it by the strap. Prior to leaving program, people should wash their hands. And hand sanitizer is also available for use, but hand washing is preferable. So that is what we want. We want people to wash their hands with soap and water. Let's see, so we go past this part. Now, wearing face coverings. So we do need to wear face coverings. Face covering must be put on before entering the program. So if you do need a break from wearing a face covering, because sometimes it does get a little difficult to breathe, or it just gets uncomfortable, like in your ears, things like that. So if you need a break from wearing the face covering during the ride to program in the morning, you can wait outside for a short while before putting it back on and entering the program. But remember, as long as it's off, you need to socially distance. So the other day I went bird watching, got a picture of somebody that I was bird watching with, and you could see that their mask was down, but they were a good distance away from me. So as long as we make sure that people are at least 6 feet apart, so without the mask on. And it's best if they're outside, not inside the van, because it's just kind of an incubator for germs and such. Oh, 2 more pages that are very attached to each other. And I've seen you all wear face masks, so it's a very good thing. So wearing face covering. Face covering must be worn throughout the day unless, of course, you're eating or drinking. Nobody expects you to try to eat through a mask or drink through a mask. You need a break from wearing it. Let a staff person know you need a break, and the staff will show you a place you can remove the face covering safely. Remember to sanitize your hands before and after removing the face covering, as well as we said before, to make sure that you socially distance as well. So again, it's pretty easy to put these on just around the ears, and then for me, you always want to adjust just the nose to make sure. For me, I have to make sure I adjust it, otherwise my glasses fog up. And then when you take it off, again, just go by the straps, not by the front. And then set it somewhere safe, not on anything dirty or anything like that, and you are good to go. Alright. Next, social or physical distancing. We have talked about this at length, but we're going to talk about it some more. So everyone remains 6 feet, the length of your bed or bathtub, or somebody who's 6 feet tall, from each other while at program. This is to prevent any droplets that may contain the virus you breathe out from possibly falling on another person's face. So they've done a lot of tests where they show somebody sneezing and how far the sneeze can actually travel. And it's typically at its most infectious within that 6-foot distance. Outside of it, it's not as effective, or it's less likely to be transmitted. And some people may need help with personal care, so staff will be able to get closer for this. So sometimes, it's tough to get a mask on just right. I have seen some people wear it to where it's like really on their ears. So, I definitely help get it behind people's ears, because you don't want to be in the van for, 2+ hours with a mask on in an uncomfortable position. So again, 6 feet apart. Make sure that for right now, if you're sitting in a van, that you sit in the very back seat. Just to, make sure we're staying safe. So more on social and physical distancing. Greeting each other. So right now, here are some things we cannot do. So let's try to avoid no high fives, because again, you don't know where everybody's hands have been. No shaking hands, no hugging, and even no fist bumps. Sometimes it's tough, especially when you haven't seen somebody in a while, but if you care, then you want to make sure that person stays safe as well. So more social and physical distancing. Here are some things we can do instead. You can wave. You can give the good thumbs up, like, hey, see ya. It's good to see ya. And so social physical distancing. Things we can do instead. And if you come up with one, that'd be pretty sweet. So what new greeting can you come up with that helps us physical distance? So what some people do, and like I said, if you come up with one that's good, we should go with it. Just avoiding the hands. Well, there's these ones. So one is called the Taiwa, which is like this, basically saying hello. Some people do the elbow. Like soccer players, they do the foot shake, so they go over and they just kind of kick feet, not kick, but say hi with their feet. You don't want to go up and kick somebody. And let me take my glasses off because this is too small to read. By avoiding handshakes, you can lower the risk of getting infected, so adopt alternative greetings instead. And again, what ones can you think of? So let me know if you think of it. Okay, so cough and sneeze etiquette. Ways to cover our coughs and sneezes. So here are a couple of ways. In a tissue. Of course, washing your hands anytime you do sneeze or anything like that, or if you're touching a dirty tissue. And of course, into your elbow. So like this, not like this. Unless you have a couple of tissues and then you're doing that. But then you'll want to wash hands right after, of course. Or sanitize, but after you sanitize, the minute you get out of the van, you're going to want to go and wash your hands. So sanitizer is just kind of something to help along the process, but the best thing is always to wash your hands. You'll actually get a lot more spots on places that could be affected. So self-checking for possible symptoms. So some common symptoms are coughing, shortness of breath, so you can't breathe as well. You get fever, you get the chills, your muscles start to ache or have pain. A headache is part of it, sore throat, new loss of taste and or smell. And again, your smell is what controls your taste. So if you lose your sense of taste, it's probably because you can't smell very well anymore. And there are others as well. But those are the main ones. So self-checking for possible symptoms. So should you experience any of those, anything like that, please do not come to program. Just stay home, take a day, I don't know, watch a movie, read a book, something like that, but please don't come into program if you're feeling sick at all. If you experience any of these while at program, immediately let staff know so we can make arrangements for you to go back home. So basically, if we're driving around and you're like, I don't feel well all of a sudden, please just let me know. We can stop whatever we're doing and we'll go home. Once you start to have those, though, say once we get back and we're doing Meals on Wheels or something like that, we'll definitely make an arrangement to make sure that you can get home safely. But again, please let staff know. And lastly, transportation. So if you do ride in an agency vehicle, it will be necessary to keep distance between yourself and the driver. So that's again sitting in the very back seat, just for now. You may be the only passenger, which is what we're doing right now, or you may ride with housemates. So if you live with somebody and you're already in that bubble, then it's fine for you to come in with more than one person. But you have to be living with that person because obviously you live with them every day and you're not getting sick, so it's just fine for you to go out. But anyway, so that has been a safety training on how to prevent the spread of COVID-19, which we do so that we can get back to actually seeing each other and having a lot more fun, planning more fun activities with all of us, maybe going out to eat, maybe, I don't know, just barbecue, going out to the parks, anything. It'll be fun just to kind of get back to where we want to be. Anyway, I miss y'all and I hope to talk to you soon. Okay, be safe out there.